everyone, it's Mary. Welcome back to my channel, and I am so excited to be on day 25 of Vlogmas. Can you guys believe we made it the entire month? I'm tired. Not gonna lie, I'm tired. But yay, day 25 of Vlogmas, and I only missed 2 days the entire month, which is not bad considering. So, Merry Christmas to all of you guys who celebrate. I am obviously pre-recording this because I'm not going to record on Christmas. I'm going to spend time with family. And in order to keep today's video Christmas themed, I'm going to tell you some of my family's favorite Christmas traditions. I don't know if our traditions are really all that unique per se, but they're special to me, and so I'm going to share them with you right now. So first of all, our Christmas tree usually goes up the day after Thanksgiving and goes down the day after New Year's. That's just the way my family does it. This year my tree went up a little bit later, but that's okay. And one of our favorite things to do is on Christmas Eve, we actually have what we call an hors d'oeuvre night. We don't eat dinner. We actually just make a bunch of hors d'oeuvres and snacks. So we'll do cheese and crackers and cookies and candy that's homemade, and we'll do, you name it, any kind of dip or snack or whatever would be considered like an hors d'oeuvre or an appetizer. We make that, and we just make plates and sit and watch Christmas movies, and that's how we spend Christmas Eve. So it's a very special time for us, and one of the cool things is that my mother would always, a week before Christmas Eve, start making her Christmas cookies and candies, and then she would actually make a whole bunch of them because that would be her Christmas gift to people. So I was always like, man, she's making candy for days, but when you're giving that out as a gift to everybody, it makes sense. So she used to always keep Christmas tins and bows, and she would just put a nice little tin of candy and cookies together, put a bow on it, and give that as a present. So I actually did that this year, even though I didn't make as much as she usually makes because some people are kind of weirded out by COVID, but I actually did continue that tradition this year. And then the amount that she left for the family was what we would eat on Christmas Eve. So traditionally, when I was a little girl, and even now as an adult, we watch the same 2 movies every single year on Christmas Eve. And the first one is National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. This one with Chevy Chase, it is hilarious. I think my family can quote this movie, and in fact, we usually use lines from the movie just in everyday conversation. So like if my sister comes over to my house and someone's in the bathroom and she has to go, she's like, well, I had to go to the bathroom, but shitter's full. And that's a line from the movie. And then every time we're together, my dad's like, all right, guys, sit down so we can say grace. And my sister would be like, Grace? She died 30 years ago, because we just love this movie and it's something we watch every year. And then the second movie we watch would, of course, be A Christmas Story, which is the one I talked about because that was my mom's favorite Christmas movie. And so our holiday tradition is to watch both movies, and then when both movies are over and we've had all of our hors d'oeuvres and snacks, my dad would read "'Twas the Night Before Christmas," which is the poem that has been turned into multiple different children's books. And my dad had a special edition that was given to my sister as a child that my sister now has, and she read to her children. When we were little, though, that was the tradition. He would read us that book. And then we were allowed to open one gift, and that gift would be from Mom, Dad, and Grandma. And so the gift would end up being a pair of pajamas, because my mom always liked us to have new pajamas for when we were opening presents the next day, and so we looked good in our Christmas opening presents pictures. There would be small items in the box, like maybe little, like, kind of like stocking stuffers, but like lotions and things like that. Just maybe a couple small ones. And then Grandma every year would make us a handmade Christmas ornament. So we would get our pajamas, we would get our new ornament, and then we would go to bed and wait for Santa Claus to arrive. Now, when we got a little bit older, obviously that tradition changed. We don't usually have pajamas and presents and that sort of thing. But we still keep the tradition of an hors d'oeuvre night, and we keep the tradition of watching movies and staying up and enjoying time together on Christmas Eve. And a little bit that has changed as I've gotten older. As my sister got older, not only do they read "'Twas the Night Before Christmas," but we also read the Christmas story from the Bible. When I was growing up, that was not a tradition that my parents did every year. They would do it every once in a while, but now that we're older and my sister's older, she kept that tradition with her children, that she also reads the Christmas story out of Matthew. We now go to church on Christmas Eve, which again is not something that we did when I was little, but we do now that I'm older. So now we do Christmas Eve service. My church usually has a couple services you can go to. We tend to go to the one in the middle of the afternoon so that we can then come home and do our hors d'oeuvres and movie night. So that is sort of our Christmas tradition. And then on Christmas Day was pretty actually relaxing day for the most part. It would depend on who's hosting the Christmas dinner. We would either go to a relative's house for Christmas, or my mom every once in a while would host. I think she only hosted like twice my entire childhood because I had aunts and uncles that had bigger houses and loved to host. And so we would just wake up on Christmas morning, open our gifts. My mom would give us a couple hours to play with the gifts, and then we would be like by 11 o'clock or so getting dressed and cleaned so that we can go over to one of my uncle's house, and then we would literally spend the entire day at the relative's house. I don't think we would get home sometimes until like 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night, because we would literally spend the entire day at the family's house, and it was a fun time. But then the rest of that day was pretty relaxing. So our Christmas traditions are pretty simple. They're not like overly complicated or anything that's really all that original, but they're special to me. And so Christmas in our family is just really time with family, right? That is the priority. That is your goal. And Christmas Eve was always more of like our immediate family, like mom, dad, kids, immediate family, and then Christmas Day was more extended family. So that is our tradition. My mom never really did anything special for Christmas breakfast. It would be like have a bowl of cereal because you're going to be eating all day. Because my mom's family would eat Christmas dinner at like 1 p.m. or 2 p.m. Mostly because of my uncle's work schedules. And so we would be eating like Christmas lunch pretty much, not really Christmas dinner. So we never really ate breakfast, but I know my sister's family, her in-laws, eat Christmas dinner as a dinner. So they usually make a big breakfast with casseroles and the whole 9, and then have their dinner at like 6, 7 o'clock at night. A little bit of a different tradition, but in our family, traditionally, Christmas dinner was actually more of like a Christmas lunch, and then you would just eat off of that dinner the whole rest of the day and eat like desserts and pie at like 4 and 5 o'clock. So yeah, that's our family's traditions. I hope you guys are having a beautiful Christmas, that you're spending it with people you love if you celebrate. If you don't celebrate Christmas, then I hope you are enjoying some time off with your friends and family and you get to do something you enjoy. And you guys, I am not going to record for the rest of the year. So I will see you in January. So I'm also going to say Happy New Year. And I hope you guys have a very prosperous 2022. I will be back in January with my normal BookTube content. And I hope you all have a beautiful holiday season. Bye.